is up, all? We are out here at the Westmoreland Heritage Trail again. Miles of this thing seems to be like a downhill grade, and I think that keeps a lot of the bicyclers away. That's what I'm starting to think, because if you have a problem, you can't, if you're just bicycling, constantly pedaling 6 miles back uphill is going to be a little bit of a problem. Even if it is a slight grade. There's some parts where it's not slight, but it's pretty good, but it's not bother me because I know how to, figure this out in advance. Okay, so coming back this last 6 miles is going to be uphill, so we might have a little bit of issue. So you got to make sure you save some battery. So I suggest like regular pedaling going down, for the most part. So we want to concentrate actually on the second half, not this first 6 miles. When I get to the second 6 miles, we're going to, pick it up more. I mean, I'm going to film a little bit right in here, this first part, but I really want to concentrate on the second 6 miles after where it splits off, because that's the part we've never seen yet. So yeah, so I've got the Fiido here today just so I make it. Okay, so we're going to turn this dog on. So far, this thing has 50 miles on it, and it's got a full battery. I just charged it. So yeah, we're gonna get rolling. And yeah, I'm really liking this place. It's growing on me because I'm going to be moving out this way. So this is a place I'm probably going to be coming for the most part. Okay, and away we go. Okay. Yeah, I like this place. This place is growing on me only because there's nobody here. I never see anybody in this joint. Okay, I'm at pedal assist 0 right now, so if I want to pedal, I can pedal. And if I don't, I can throttle. But, like I said, you guys can see this is downhill. There's a dog or a deer down there. I can see it from here. It's a deer. I can see the tail. Okay, whitetail. Or whatever they call them. I don't know. I don't know nothing about deer. I know he's right out there in the middle of the trail. Where did he go? I see him. There he is, right there. There you are. He probably thinks I got some chow for him, which I do not. But yeah, he's pretty close. He's just sniffing. He's just sniffing. But he didn't run. That's the first one I ever ran into on the trail that didn't run away. First one. Maybe people out here feed these suckers. Who knows? I'm going to suggest that might be happening, because usually these deer, for the most part, they're extremely skittish. They're bolting before you get anywhere close to them. They're taking a hike. Okay, we're at half a mile. Oh, you gotta love this place, man. Nobody's here ever. Oh, another reason I think that I think I mentioned this in another video, the one with the Voyager, is that it's cold here. I mean, you see all this shade, right? I mean, the temperature in here is pretty chilly. So that's probably keeping the bicyclists away for a while until it gets to be like 80, 85 or something like that, or 83 or something outside. And then people might start pouring in here, because people that come here regularly know that it's still chilly under here. So out there in the sun right now, I think it's like 70 already, pretty close to 70. But in here, whew, it's way colder than that, okay? But not enough to where you would need a coat. I got a sweatshirt on, that green one I always wear. Basically, I always wear the same one because it's the only one I have. I don't have any like sweatshirts and that kind of stuff. Yeah, this place is dead as a doornail, guys. There's nobody ever here, okay? Yep, it's just straight downhill all the time, right from here. Downhill right now. I just turned off the power of the bike, the motor, because it was on cruise control. But yeah, we're just going downhill. You could just basically pedal this for the most part for this whole first 6 miles. If you wanted to, you could pedal the whole way down. There's this one part where it goes back up, but those are where roads go through. So then it goes back up and then it slopes back down again. It's definitely a downhill grade from here all the way to the end of this part 1, the 6 mile mark. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut the video and we'll pick it back up a little bit later. All right, everybody, we made it to the end of section 1, and this is a really nice little spot right over here. Yeah, real nice. Now we're gonna go hit the part 2. Okay, so that is a trailhead, so I am allowed to park there. I didn't drive down here today because I was wondering, am I allowed to park there or not? So that's why I didn't drive down here today. So I will next time, believe me. Yeah, those things are sticking like crazy. That rear brake is sticking like crazy. You just touch it and you start sliding, so. Okay, so now we're gonna hit part 2. Now I didn't do any satellite looking or anything on this part 2, so I have no idea what's in store. I went up this little grade right here with the Voyager and went through there a little bit, and that was it. I went to where the sun was shining to warm up. And then basically that was it. So we're gonna go for maybe 5.5 miles or something, just to see what's out this way. But they got bazillions of these little chipmunks around here. I mean, they're everywhere. There's a squirrel. There's another deer coming up. Let's see if this one's as friendly as that. That one took off. Said, beat it. Okay, so here's where I came with the Voyager. I made it out to this spot right here where this sun was, because it was chilly and I was trying to warm up a little bit. I turned around right here. So we're gonna go, we're at 7. So I'd say maybe 5 miles we'll go just to see what's over this way. But I think the next time I come down, I am gonna go here with, I'll go to this spot and park. And then that way I'll just pick it up from here, because I want to bring the VV. Looks like this is still going downhill. I mean, how far can land go downhill? Okay. See, that's why there's no bikes out here, is because of this. It's too much downhill stuff. Because the bad thing about going downhill, you have to turn around and go uphill. That's the hard part. No horses permitted. Now on those other trails that I go to, the Allegheny County ones, this is Westmoreland County, okay? So the Allegheny County trail, they'll let you bring a horse out there, but you gotta do it on the, but you have to walk the horse on the side of the trail that has no houses. So if there's houses, what the heck is over here? Well, it's somebody's farmland, I guess. There's a track. So if there's a bunch of houses over here on this side, then you have to walk the horse on this side. But you know why that is, because, you know, those horses take those gigantic dumps, so that, you know, you don't want to have your horse dumping on somebody's property, right? That's a common courtesy there. So yeah, so you can take the horses, but you got to have them on the other side of the street. Yeah, this is very rural out here. This is a great spot, man. You just come out here, nobody's bothering you. I mean, there's nobody here. I mean, it looks pretty much like the part 1, except it has more sun. Until now, until we get under here. There's a lot of bugs out. I've already had a couple go up my nose, one in my mouth. Maybe I should wear a mask while I'm doing this. You know, I saw a story where that bicyclist got killed. Some big bug flew in his throat and it choked him to death. That was a weird story. Wow, that's a nice area right there. I don't know what river that is. Wow, that's real nice. Oh, there's an opening there. Wow, yeah, looks nice. Now it just said on that sign, it said 1 mile. So is that this section is almost done with? I don't know. That was the 1 mile mark for this section. Oh, this is very scenic out here. Wow. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, I could see women being scared to come out here. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, I mean, you land some serial killers out in this area. I mean, this is so desolate and just, wow. Just nobody around. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, to be honest. Yeah, I could see women not wanting to come out here unless they were with, you know, their husband or something. Now we're going uphill for a while. This looks like somebody with a dog. Yeah, we're definitely going uphill. It looks like I might see some kind of civilization up that way. Just not sure. Yeah, okay, so I see another person coming. Oh, there's a bridge. It looks like a bridge or something. Oh, okay, here's something new. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. All right, look at that. Wow. I can take a picture of this thing up here. Wow, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm digging that. Oh yeah, this place is, wow, this is creepy. Yeah, I could see some ladies coming up here and getting creeped out. Believe me, I could see that happening. No doubt. Okay, so now we're going to go under the street. So they built a little tunnel here. Now let's see what we got on the other side. Okay, so got another bridge. Oh yeah, check this out. All right, it's a river of some sort. Conemaugh Salt Works, the Great Conemaugh. I don't know, this might be the end of the trail for all I know. You know? What this? No trespassing from dusk till dawn. Okay, so here's another spot I could probably come out and park at. Okay. So I'll have to look on the map to see where we're even at. I guess this was some old railroad station or something. Okay. Pennsylvania Main Line Canal. All right, I'm gonna see if the trail keeps going because we're only at 9 miles, and I guess it does through here, West Penn Trail. Okay, so that's what we're on now, the West Penn Trail. The other trail we were on, okay, I gotta keep this place here in mind, absolutely, because there's definitely a place to park here. So this is some kind of city, which I don't even know what it is or what it's called, but there's a water purification plant over there. Tampering is a federal offense, yeah, because you're not allowed to mess around with the water supply. Okay, so yeah, that's a water treatment place. Okay, so this is the West Penn Trail. So I'll look this stuff up and I'll see how far this thing goes. The other one's the Westmoreland Heritage Trail. That's the one I started on. But this is the West Penn Trail, so there's a little bit of a difference. Hello. Now, I don't know how far this goes, West Penn Trail. Who knows, right? But we're gonna hit it for a little bit. It's all blocked off, except, wait, the Westmoreland Improvement Project. What does this say? Funding is about, are we allowed through there? It has an opening. Regional Trails Bike Service. It doesn't say closed, so I'm gonna assume we're allowed to. That gate there is just for the maintenance vehicles, I guess. Because I don't see any work going on here. So I'm just gonna assume that you're allowed. Because there's nothing posted that you're not, so. And it looks like we're going downhill again. Well, I better make sure I got some battery left to make this 9.5 miles uphill going back. Yeah, this place is right along this river, which I'm gonna have to look on the map and find out what river this is. I've never been over this way, ever. I've never even driven over this way in my car. So all this is all new stuff for me. Here comes somebody on a bike. Well, at least they got a couple of bicyclists on this Penn trail. You know, that other trail over there, that Westmoreland trail, that had nobody on it, you know. Nothing. There's a rest stop. Yeah, well, it's too cold to be a rest stop. I'm definitely gonna drive down here and stop at that playground. I gotta really come down this way and see what's happening here, or look on the satellite. Because you can tell that this trail is not used that much, just because in some of these areas where there's that grass growing right here in the middle of the trail, that's a sign that this is not getting that used. Okay, that's a telltale sign right there. But you can tell over here there's no maintenance. You can tell there's no maintenance on this trail compared to those other ones. See, those other ones, they grade them. They put those, you know, those box springs or whatever them things are that those people use on the baseball diamonds. You know, they pull them out with a tractor. They do that on those other. So look at this. There's all this grass growing and all that. No. On those other trails over there, you don't see any of this stuff. Those are just that straight trail, the straight sandstone, limestone, whatever it is, ground up. Because they run those graders over there to keep all, you know, to keep that stuff like level and without the debris and all that stuff. Where you can tell here they don't maintain this trail. They made it and then they just let it go. But now that stuff on those other trails, that's all volunteer workers. So maybe people over here don't feel like volunteering to do this crap. Yeah, you can tell that there's all this grass growing, that there's no maintenance going on here, or much usage, to be honest. Yeah, you can definitely tell the people not even come down this way. So I think I'm gonna be heading back here because I'm just not sure what kind of condition these roads are in, because I sure as hell don't want to get no flat, not with this little 14-inch bike. Let me come down here to this next clearing. All right, I'm gonna turn back now just because I'm just not sure what's up ahead. So I'm gonna have to look on the satellite map, and I think I'll park either the VV or the XP light over there at that little city, whatever it was. I'll find it on the satellite, and then we'll park over there and then bring the XP light down this way, and then do the whole. The XP light's got the off-road tires and everything on it, so because this terrain over here is getting pretty knotty. All right, guys, I'll pick it back up in a little bit. All right, we're on our way back still, and it's 13.9 miles, and one bar is missing. The bike's running great, and yeah, the legend itself, the Fiido L3. Yeah, running good, man. Well, anyway, that little town back there, I stopped a couple guys on the trail. That was called Salzburg. Never heard of it, but that's what that's called, the one with the playground and all that. So I just have to look that up on the map, and then I can key that in and just start there. But that Penn, whatever it was called, Penn Trail, that thing doesn't look maintained one bit, so it looks pretty nasty. I'm seeing some kind of critter coming at me. I'm at 15.28 miles. Oh, it was a deer. Okay. I was like, what the heck is that thing? All right, so we're on our way. There he goes. Went across the street again. Across the street, across the trail. He's in there somewhere. He's sneaking. They're very sneaky. All right, so we're at 15.39. All righty, we are at 19.7 miles. We've been coming back pretty fast. Not lollygagging at all. So I think we're getting pretty close. Yep, I think we're getting kind of close. Okay, so I'm coming into the home stretch. I'm just flying across the road here. I almost hit a deer with a bicycle. How the hell did you do that? He came jumping right out in front of me. I was like, wow, that was pretty hairy. Anyway, we're wrapping it up, guys. We're at 20.50 miles. So that was a nice little run. I wanted to go further. If I wasn't on this bike or one of these little 14-inch bikes, I would have went further back in there, but I was worried about the trail conditions and whether or not I was going to get some kind of flat or something, you know, because that trail wasn't in the greatest of shape. It'd have been nice if I could have, you know, had the electric XP back there. I think I'd have been a lot better shape for doing something like that. So yeah, ran great, man. I mean, I think it's going to be time, you know, to do the range test with this thing. We got 70 miles on it so far, and one bar was down after the 20 miles. So, and it never flicked to the next bar. So it was just strictly one bar, not moving into the second bar at all. So this thing's going to be really good for the mileage, and it's going to be really hard to do this range test. I don't know. Maybe I won't do one. I don't know. Maybe I'll do the VV, the range test for the VV next. I think that's what I'll do, because I think that one will do. I did 30 already, but I think it'll do about 40. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you later, man. Have a nice day.